Good morning. What's up, Facebook? What's going on, people? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. What's going on in the world? Look, man, I want y'all to get this day started right. Have a good one. God bless. Hope y'all woke up on the right side of the bed this morning. If you didn't, you know it's time to bounce back. It's time to bounce back. If you had a rough night, if you had a rough day, whatever the case may be, it is time to bounce back today, Tuesday. Ready to rock and roll. All right, guys. So I may have wrote down too much today because I had some things that I wanted to discuss, and then, believe it or not, I woke up in the middle of the night, maybe at like 3:30 in the morning, and I was scrolling Facebook. Why? I don't know. Woke up at like 3:30 in the morning. I was scrolling Facebook, and I stumbled on this motivational message. And so I'm gonna share part of that message with you guys later. But it's so cool where the inspiration comes from because you just never really know. Part of what I want to talk about this morning. Maybe I need to turn this down a little bit. We're rocking out. Part of what I want to talk about this morning is, of course, one of the themes that I'm going to be carrying for a while, and is to realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. And so that's why we're here, right? We're here to get our day started right. We out here to get loose. Get your mouth going, get your mind going, eat some food, do some exercises. This morning, you can tell I've been up for a while because I got a little energy. Last week I was tired, y'all. This week I got a ball of energy for you guys. So, get going, do some exercises, eat some fruit, drink some water. Just get your body right. Part of that brings me to something I want to talk about, which is these pillars of stability that I wanted to share with you guys. And because I think what we all want, what we're all really thriving for, what we're all really hoping for, is just be able to live our lives, be happy, have fun, enjoy our day, enjoy our career, enjoy our family. We just want things to go smoothly, balance. Folks just really want to be stable and happy and be able to live life. And so what goes into stability? And so the way I see it, stability comes in about, for me, 5 pillars. Think like a table. And then you got 4 legs to the table to help the table balance. And on my table, you have one in the center. So your 5 pillars of stability, and we talked about some of this stuff already. One leg is your physical health, right? Your physical stability. How are you guys doing? Exercising, taking care of yourself, going to the doctors, eating right. The stuff that ultimately end up killing you if you don't take care of yourself. Then you got your mental health. Right? So we talked about that. Physical, mental health, letting go some of that stress, making sure that, you're in tune upstairs. So as far as mental health, the way that people go about treating their mental health or taking care of it or protecting it, it's up to you. I just want to let you know that it's a core leg of stability, okay? Mental health is a touchy and it's just a touchy topic. And so as a person who's not a mental health expert, I wouldn't dive too deeply into it. But what I do know is that it is core and it is important to stay in tune with your mental health. So you got your physical health, you got your mental health, then you have, your physical stability, your mental stability, because we're talking about reaching a balanced level of stability in this life and being able to enjoy it. You also got your emotional stability, right? How are you processing things? Then how are you reacting? How are you feeling? Yo, what's going on, cuz? Thanks for joining, man. So your emotional stability, how you respond to things. Are you too quick to react? You know, a lot goes into emotion. You know, there's a lot of things that go into that, man. That you got the whole fight or flight kind of thing. You got the whole people are sometimes overwhelmed with emotion, right? It's just the kind of people they are. They can't watch a movie without shedding a tear if a sad part comes up. Armageddon, that movie will do it to you every time. So check your emotional stability. And next, so that's your physical stability, your emotional stability, your mental stability. If you got these three things in check, your table is starting to look a little sturdy. So, you know, that's a good thing. And then my next one of my faves, you got financial stability. So your financial stability is going to come in a number of different ways throughout your life. It's just keep in mind, it always needs to be sustained. And so at a time we live with our parents take care of us, or our guardians or our loved ones, whatever. Your financial stability is sound. That's probably the least of your worries right now, because, you know, somebody got you. Somebody's holding you down, your parents, so on and so forth. As you get older, chances are, like a 99.9% chance that this financial stability piece is going to there's a 99% chance that it's 100% going to be on you to be able to provide for yourself. When you think financial stability, think about having enough finances to cover your basics, right? That means clothing, housing, food, transportation. This is what you need to be able to get around and get stuff done. So you got your physical stability, you got your emotional stability, you got your mental stability, then you got your financial stability. So now we got 4 legs of a table that you can stand on. Yo, cuz, what's up, Carl? 4 legs of the table that you can stand on pretty good if you get these things in order. And so the last one was financial. I mean, there's so many things that go into that, right? What kind of career you're going to have, what type of job you have, what type of side hustle you have, what type of ingenuity, innovativeness that you have, creativity, artistic ability. There's a lot of things that can go into your financial stream and then help you become financially stability. There are a lot of things that go into your physical, eating right, working out, getting rest. A lot of things that go into your physical. Hell, your appearance, cutting your hair, doing your hair, wash your face, wash your ass. You got your emotional, just be in tune with yourself, process, watch how you react to things. A lot of times, the emotional stability piece is one of the hardest ones to get under control, because it's usually the most raw, right? Usually people just react and they feel, because we're people and it's normal and there's nothing wrong with it. But you got to be able to put yourself in check. You got to be able to get in tune with yourself and and be able to assess whether or not your emotional stability is a little off. Maybe you've handled the situation wrong. And then a part of that self-assessment is, of course, you know, making sure that your mental stability is in the right place. Like I said, mental health is one of those tricky things. So, you know, I just encourage everybody to stay in tune with it. As far as mental health is concerned, I encourage everybody to research a number of different things that may be able to help them or loved ones. It's a very in-depth piece of the puzzle, but it's a core piece of the puzzle nonetheless. And so I need you here mentally. And then my last piece, and then I'm going to segue into some of the things I really wanted to talk about today. My last piece, my last leg to my table, it's in the center, and that's your spiritual stability. It's in the center leg. So one of these other legs, if the legs start to become imbalanced, hopefully that center leg is strong. And the first thing that comes to mind when I talk about spiritual stability, for me, is the word faith. And it's the word faith because I believe that faith is a very personal thing, right? You decide what it is that you place or put your faith into, or what it is that are going to be the guiding principles of your faith. I mean, it's very much your choice. And so there's your spiritual stability. The best thing about the spiritual piece is I think that And I encourage everybody to, you know, uniquely build this table. You know, this is your table. I mean, uniquely build this leg of the table. It's very personal. But here's the thing. If you're going to have a faith, hold on, y'all. I found it. Y'all gonna laugh. And like, what the hell was he just looking for? So, your faith is personal. It's very unique to you. It's never gonna look like nobody else's. But here's the thing. I don't care what your faith is. I don't care what you practice. I don't. It's yours. But are you practicing? That's the question. Are you putting your faith to work? If you've determined that these are the spiritual guiding principles of my life. These are the faith things that I'm going to live by, the principles that I'm going to live by and I'm going to walk by. Because at some point you determine this is what you want to build your spiritual leg out of. You've determined that this is going to be your quiet place. This is going to be your place of refuge. This is where you're going to put your time and energy, your prayers. When you come across trials or tribulations, or this is what you're supposed to do, because this is what you said you were going to do for yourself. You decided to choose this spiritual leg. And if you don't exercise it, then, you know, what really good is it? You know, and so faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. There's a lot of things in faith that require us to do our part. And so I just encourage you guys, whatever your faith is, whatever you decided it to be for yourself, put it on display, put it to work, test it. And I seen a quote yesterday. It was more like I guess it was a meme or something like that. And on the meme, I think the meme said, it said, why wait on God? Why wait on God when God is waiting for you? It was something to that extent. Don't wait on God when God is waiting on you. Something to that extent. Something about, in my opinion, the way I interpreted that was trust me, he's done his part. And so are you going to do your part and exercising the faith that you put forth for yourself? And so that's how I interpreted that. And I just thought it was really cool. And I just wanted to share that as I talked about the pillars, our pillars. Me personally, I'm a Christian, so I'm a Jesus guy. You know what I mean? So like that's pretty much part of where my guiding principles come from. Love your neighbor as thyself. Can't knock the hustle. Don't hate others. These are some of the principles that I live by. And you know, every day, this is what I live by. I don't knock the hustle. People do what y'all going to do. This is the principle I live by. I'm not a hater. Can't do it. Don't like it. But loving your neighbor as yourself, that's a good one for me, man. And that's the highest commandment. Well, love God with all thy heart, soul, and mind. That's the highest commandment. The next commandment is to love thy neighbor as thyself. These are the principles that I live by. These are the things that guide me. You know, and so whenever I find myself in a pickle or whatever the case may be, that's what I turn to. And so I'm just asking each and every one of you guys, find what works for you. Find your legs of stability and exercise it, man. Strengthen them. Upgrade your legs of stability. They're interchangeable. You can continually upgrade the legs. You can continually improve your financial situation by going for that raise. You could continually improve your emotional stability by learning from past emotional responses and reactions. We already know what you can do physically. You know, get out there and get it done. And mentally, you know, just be in tune. So one of the things that I just talked about, there were a few things I wrote down yesterday, and I want to try to tie them in directly to this discussion, but these points came to me at different times, but I still want to share them, and just hear me out. you're not who you were yesterday, right? We learn, we grow, we change. You're not who you are yesterday. We learn, we grow, we change. Look in the mirror. That's what I'm asking y'all to do. Take a look in the mirror and see the changes in your life. Be in tune with yourself. A lot of times we go through things, or we do things, or maybe even from a place, like, geographically from somewhere where you feel like you are defined by who you were. And I think that's cool to some extent. I really do. But I think that you got to be in tune with the fact that, and here's the reality, to some degree, maybe even if it's only this much, you're absolutely not who you were yesterday. You absolutely just infuse yourself with 24 hours of new experiences, new knowledge, and you're growing, whether you want to believe it or not. You're growing and you're changing. If you're changing for the better or for the worse, that's up to you to evaluate. And that's why I say look in the mirror and see the change in you, because maybe who you were is better than who you are today. Hopefully that's not the case, right? Hopefully we're all thriving and striving to move forward. But just know you're not defined solely and completely by your past. There's so many things that you take on, there's so many experiences that you have that change who you are today. And believe it or not, a lot of times I think it's for the better, because I think we learn from our experiences. And so the message I wanted to share with you guys, just think on that. Just think about the fact that you're definitely learning from your experiences. You're definitely changing. Whatever you've been through is only really helping you get to understand who you really are today. And so the message that I woke up to in the middle of the night was this guy. I'm scrolling, and it's funny. It was an Indian guy, just to give you guys perspectives. It was an Indian dude, but he was a motivational speaker, and I wish I'd have got his name, but his message was very simple. It was, don't think about your problems. Which at first I'm listening like, what does he mean, don't think about your problems? You don't think about your problems, you can't solve your problems, so on and so forth. But he said, don't think about your problems. Don't think about your problems. And then he said it like 5 times, like trying to drill it into your head. Don't think about your problems. So I was like, all right, what is he getting at? Then he says, think about the solutions. Like he said it like it was a duh, right? Like, duh, think about your solutions. And initially I said to myself, well, of course, if somebody has a problem, of course they're thinking about their solutions, but not always. I realized that some people they drown in their problems, right? Like, that's all they think about is their problems, or the problems may be overwhelming their existence, and they haven't really taken the time to think about their solutions. And so I love that message, man, because think about the solutions to your problem. And what he said there has to be at least, and I feel like he was exaggerating, so I'll give you guys something a little bit more attainable. He said, but there's got to be at least 100 solutions to any one problem. 100's a lot. But I say there's at least 10. If you encounter a problem today, begin troubleshooting that thing right away. Come up with 10 solutions right away, and then go from there. See what works. You run into a problem. I like using the car analogy because we got so many resources now. But if you your car breaks down, look, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to think about calling a friend, a Uber, a taxi. You're going to start going through all these options until eventually you say, damn, I got to hitchhike. But even then, you still have a solution at the end. It may just take a long time. You're going to have to go ahead and hitchhike that thing. But you initially start thinking about the solutions to your problems. Don't drown in your problems. So lastly, this week is about action. This week is about motivation. I had to, talk about the things that came to me, but leave you guys with this. And I have a quote. a quote to end Black History Month, but I'll leave you guys with this. Let's have some speed. Dwight did a article called Hunger, Speed, Weight not so long ago on my website on This Just In, so check it out. But let's apply some speed and some urgency to your life as it relates to reaching your goals. Put some urgency on it. Your time is now. I believe that. If you're listening to this in the morning or whenever you're taking the time to listen to it, that means you're already, you're mentally in the right place. You are starting your day right. You got the right energy. You got the right idea, the right mentality. So your time really may be now. I don't think you need to wait. I think you need to begin investing in yourself, begin investing in your ideas, and move forward. So yeah, I want to leave you guys with that. Last quote for Black History Month. Let that rock for a little bit. That's a good beat. All right, here we go. Ooh, that's a good beat. I had to let the beat rock. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Last quote is going to be from Martin Luther King Jr. And the quote goes, if you can't run, messed up the quote, Dennis. Here goes the quote, Martin Luther King Jr. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. And that's what I want for you guys, man. That quote was from Martin Luther King. Happy Black History Month. I'm going to say this is the best Black History Month I've ever had in my life. There's so much positive energy out there. So many messages out there. So many stories to be told. And I love my people. And I love y'all. So y'all have a good day. Get out there. God bless. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, y'all, keep moving. God bless.